back formation. Back formation, as the title suggests, it is to form a word using its back part. Now, for example, the word fever. The word fever is a word that looks like it was derived from feep. Fepa looks like it was derived from feep. And interestingly, you will find out that it is not. FIPA is usually, this ER means the one who feeps. So he feeps. How do we make a noun with the meaning the one who does the action? People would usually say FIPA. But interestingly, the word FIPA existed before the verb feep. So the source is FIPA, and it was back formed to feep. So it's not like teach, teacher. We know that teach comes first, and then we add the ER, so it becomes teacher. With some words, it's not the case. With some words, we have the word that looks like it was derived from another one, when in fact it was not. So the word that first existed was FIPA, and then they needed a verb from this noun, so they backformed FIP. Backformed means they cut the back part, the final part of the word, to get to another form. Now, let's look at some examples here. For example, we have the word greedy. Greedy. Now, this word was backformed into greed. Greedy, jasha. Greed, jasha. So greedy is not derived from greed. It is greed that was backformed from greedy. And you know, this only applies to some words, not to all words. Most of the words go with the norm, with what is usual. They are derived, but words like these are back formed. We have other words like revision. Revision was back formed to revise. So the word revision existed before revise. Supervision existed before supervise. Television, television before televise. Donation before donate. Oration before orate. Now, when this happens, we call the process back formation. So what is back formation? It is to, we will find it here. It is to form a word from one that looks like its derivative. So when we look at the word, we feel that it was derived from a base, but then we discover that it was originally like this, and the base was back formed from that word. Look at this exercise here. Now, these words are, or these verbs, all of them are verbs, are back formations. Now, we want to know which words they were back formed from. So look at number one. Now, number one, house, keep. It's a compound word. It's a compound word, but this compound word was back formed from the original word of housekeeper. So the word housekeeper, if we go back to the etymology, we will find that this word was used before housekeep. Housekeeper existed before housekeep, and it was originally made to be used as a noun, a person who cares for the household. But then they needed a verb, so they decided to cut the ER and create the base housekeep. This is back formation. Typewrite comes from typewriter. Administrate comes from administrator. Okay, so all of these words were back formed. We want you to know the original form of the word. So I'm going to leave this exercise for you. It's fairly easy, very simple. Don't use a dictionary, try to guess. And when you finish, check your answers using the key answer at the end of the book. The next process is folk etymology. Now, etymology, we know it is the source of the word, the history of the word, the origin of a certain word. But what do we mean by folk? Folk, public etymology, something related to a traditional habit or something used to be done in the past. Now, folk etymology is changing a word, to change the word or part of this word to make the word easier, simpler, more understandable. All right, so when you make a word simpler, easier, by changing the entire word or maybe changing part of it, we call it folk etymology. Let me give you an example from Arabic. And this example should help you understand what we mean by folk etymology. In Arabic, we have the word ليش. ليش. Now, ليش is originally لأي شيء. So ليش comes from لأي شيء. لماذا؟ لأي شيء. But we changed it partially. We changed the word partially to make it more understandable or more familiar to us. Okay? We have إيش, أي شيء. We have يلا, means Ya Allah. So when we change the word, all of it, or maybe part of it, to make it, for this reason, to make it more understandable or more familiar, then this is folk etymology. Look at these examples from English. The word female, we know the meaning of female. Now, is female, has the word female gone through the folk etymology process or not? If we check its etymology in the dictionary, we will find this one was femel. Femel. It was like F-E-M-E-L. F-E-M-E-L. Femel. It changed in its pronunciation changed into female. Female. Now, female versus female. People believe that the word female is more understandable, more familiar than saying female. Carryall, carryall, this is a compound if we look at it, or it could be a blend. This comes from the French word carriole, carriole, and it was pronounced in a different way. It was pronounced, spelled in spelling. It was C-A-R-R-I-O-L-E. Okay, C-A-R-R-I-O-L-E from French. They changed its spelling to look like this, believing that it would be more familiar. Okay, cockroach, this comes originally from the Spanish word cucaracha, or something like that, cucaracha. In English, cockroach looks like it is more understandable. So your task, please, is to go to your dictionary and try to find the source, the etymology of each of these words, and decide if the change that was made from the origin to this current one, to this new one, is in fact to make it more understandable or more familiar. Okay, so go to the dictionary, etymology dictionary, find these words and find their sources, their origins, study the change, how they changed, and then decide, say yes, I feel it is more understandable, or no, I don't feel that it is more understandable. Of course, you can find the source in the key answer. This is an easy shortcut, but please use a dictionary. Try to learn how to use a dictionary to find the source, the etymology of words. Now, let's go to antonomasia. This is one of the processes, you can say processes or processes, by the way. This is one of the processes that is very commonly used in English. Now, this is also common in other languages. Antonomasia means that to form a common word, a common noun, any word, from the name of a person or a place. So we create a word based on the name of a person or a place. For example, in Arabic, we say al-Muhammadiyya, Nabulsiyya. Nabulsiyya, we know it is either the soap, sabun, or knafa. We say Nabulsiyya, based on the name of a place. So we use the name of a place to give a word another meaning. Muhammadiyya, we use the name of a person for a place. Let's look at these examples in this exercise. You should understand it better. Now, the word sandwich. We know what a sandwich is, but what is the source of sandwich? How did sandwich come to mean the meaning we know today, sandwich? Now, sandwich is taken from the 4th Earl of Sandwich, and Sandwich is a place in England. So it is a city. It is a city, Sandwich, the city of Sandwich in England. Now, the Earl of Sandwich, the Earl of sandwich was once gambling. He was playing games on a table, and he felt that he didn't have time to have a full meal because he wants to play. So he decided to use slices of bread, and he put them, slices of beef, he put them inside bread, toast, you know, the toast. So he put a slice of beef uh, between two slices of loaf and started eating. Okay, so he was playing games on a table and he didn't feel that he had time to get a full meal, so he quickly took a slice of beef, put it between two slices of toast and started eating. And people started to know what he had done at that time as sandwich. They started to call it sandwich. So the word sandwich is not related to food at all. It is related to a city, but because this famous person did that and started to do that every time he plays, they started to call that type of food sandwich. Number two, hamburger. Hamburger, some people think that the word hamburger comes from ham and burger. This is not true. This has nothing to do with ham. In fact, most hamburgers are made of beef, not pork. Anyway, hamburger comes from the city, a city in Germany, Hamburg. Now, in Hamburg, this type of sandwich was created. So it took the name of the city, as simple as that. So hamburger comes from the name of the German city Hamburg. The same with number three. Frankfurter is a sandwich. It comes from the city of in Germany, Frankfurt. Bologna or Bologna comes from the Italian uh, city of Bologna. I forgot number four. Number four is Wiener. It comes from Vienna. Okay, from Vienna. In fact, it is from two words, Vienna and Wurst. Wurst means sausage. You can find the etymology of these words in the dictionary. And if the dictionary is not going to help you, you can check the key answer at the end of the book. Denim comes from French, I think. Denim. Cashmere, place. You know, cashmere. It's a type of cloth, but in fact, this word comes from Kashmir in India. Jeans comes from French or Italy, I think. So you check the key answer for these words in the back of the end of the book. So these words are popular words that people think they existed like this, but each word has a story, okay? We call this process with antonymasia to create or form words. These could be nouns, verbs, adjectives, from the name of a person or the name of a place, and try to find examples from Arabic like these ones. Now, reduplication is the last process we have. Now, reduplication is a process by which we form new words by doubling some sound. We can double the vowel, we can double the consonant. Look at these examples here. Puh, puh, tip top, hanky panky. Now, when we do this process, we form new words, we get meanings, we get new meanings, okay, unlike the original meanings, okay. So let's look at the exercise here. We want to underline the originating morpheme in each of these words. Now look at number 1. We have wiggle waggle. Which one is the original and which one is the reduplicated one? Wiggle is the original one. We replaced the I with a, so it is waggle. Wiggle waggle. Wiggle waggle. Now wiggle waggle is related to the tail of the dog, by the way. Wiggle waggle. So this is the original word. We reduplicated the W, G, G, L, E, and we changed this vowel here. Number 2, pitta pata. The original one is pata, pata, and the reduplicated word is pitta. So in number 1, wiggle is the original one. In number 2, the original one is pata. Nitwit, nitwit, the original one is wit. We've got super duper, haga maga, and lovey dovey. Check these in the key answer. Now there's a special homework for you in this exercise that is not required in the book. I want you to give me the meanings of wiggle waggle, pitta pata, nitwit, super duper, hugger mugger, and lovey dovey. Can you find their meanings? You will not find it in the dictionary. You will need an urban dictionary of English, urban, U-R-B-A-N, urban dictionary of English that should give you the meanings of these 6 reduplicates. Now, I will ask you in the exam about the meanings of these, okay? What do they mean? This is the final process that we are doing this in this course. So we have, I think, 10 or 11 word formation processes. Now here's exercise 10-13. It also contains 10 reduplicated words. You need to guess, to know their meanings, try to find their meanings. And as I said, you should expect questions related to the meanings of reduplicated words in your exam.